This right here is the best copywriting for e-commerce email marketing training you'll ever find and need. And I'm gonna be covering all the aspects, all you need to create great copy that actually converts inside your email designs and emails overall. So copy is often overcomplicated by many people when it comes to e-commerce because there are two types of copy in e-commerce email marketing. One being branded copy and two, direct response copy. And most of the people out there focus too much on like utilizing branded copy, which is very non-pushy, very branded, very non-salesy whatsoever. And then we have the other end of the spectrum, which is direct response copy, where it's more aggressive, pitching, sales, etc., sales focus, etc. When it comes to e-com, we're gonna utilize a combination of those two worlds in order to have the best results possible, because it is branding is extremely important, of course, especially in the long term for bigger brands, but also is making money. Essentially, you're in the business of making money with your e-commerce brand. Otherwise, you'll be going bankrupt, right? So, as I mentioned before, we're gonna have a balance between those two. And in today's video, I'm gonna be covering everything you need to know when it comes to copywriting for e-commerce email marketing. So here we've got the table of contents for this specific video. This is gonna be a long one and pretty saucy one too. There's a lot of sauce in here, so stick to the end because it's gonna be awesome. So first things first, we've got the mistakes to avoid when it comes to copywriting for e-commerce email marketing. Then we've got market research and how to do it. Then we've got the rule of one, which is really extremely important. Then we'll be covering how to create subject lines and pretext that actually get opened. Next, we've got how to actually write the copy. Next, we've got copy to design process, which is extremely important. If you have a team of designers and copywriters, or you have a small team, whatever it is, and you want to make sure the designer captures the entire essence of the copy and how you see the actual email with your words, okay? And then finally, I'm gonna be going over copywriting frameworks as a bonus because sometimes when you don't know what to write exactly and you have kind of a creative block, then this is gonna help tremendously, okay? So that being said, let's dive right into it. So first things first, we've got the mistakes to avoid. So when it comes to copywriting and e-commerce, these are the main mistakes I see all the time. First things first, we've got overcomplicating it. As I mentioned before, many people focus too much on having a lot of information, on having very advanced words, on sounding super smart. And most people, and this is going to be shocking for you, most people don't go past the banner of your email. Like 90% of your entire email openers will only see your banner, will only click on your banner. They will not go through the entire email. Most people. So that's why the banner, and this is something we're going to cover later, is the most important element of your entire email. And that's why having simple words, simple works better. And overall having a simple, concise, and schemable copy is the most important thing. So first things first, the mistake I see is overcomplicating it. Second, we've got is too much information as well. So a lot of information crammed together. Not enough like white space, not enough space between words, not enough, just too much stuff, right? Third, we've got too many words, too long as well. Fourth, we've got, and this is a pretty big one, is not relevant where the customer is in the journey. So this is especially for flows. A purchaser already purchased from you. So the reasons why you wanna, the mechanisms you wanna use to convert that person are different than the mechanisms you wanna use to convert a complete stranger into a paying customer, okay? And then fifth, very boring and dull copy. So I've got some examples here of some brands making these mistakes. So for example, here we've got a ton of stuff crammed together, especially for the first section, above the fold section. So as you can see here, especially for these products right here, no one is gonna read this. I mean, this is too much information, too much copy about each product. I would actually use, like for example here, either bullet points or just make these shorter overall for the descriptions for all the products right here. I mean, this section, now that I think about it, it's kind of fine, right? It has the most important info above the fold, a small body copy right here, but this section, for example, is too much stuff right here, okay? And when people see this, they're not gonna read this. I mean, if they're like, I don't know, going to the bathroom and then you just see a bunch of words crammed together, they're gonna just skip this email altogether, okay? Next, we've got Organify. So the first mistake I see, and this has nothing to do with copywriting, but whatever, is that the above the fold section, so this section right here has nothing. yeah, I mean, doesn't have any text, right? And then after that, we've got a huge block of text right here, and I'm just not gonna read this. It's just too much, okay? And this is not like engaging enough. This is not coming from the founder, or I mean, it is coming from, yeah, this is not coming from any founder or any personal thing. So too much information, very generic, okay? Next, we've got this email right here. So as you can see, again, a bunch of information plus very small font as well. I'm not gonna read this either. So again, I mean, we see these same mistakes over and over again, which is too much text, too much information, and then, yeah, I mean, too much stuff, essentially. Again, for emails, keep it simple, keep it concise, keep it skimmable, keep it straightforward, and then use simple copy, essentially. And I'm gonna cover what to do instead in later steps of this video. But again, for context, too much information altogether for all of these emails right here. Just too much stuff, right? I'm not gonna read this at all. Even though I'm a fan of these brands, I'm not gonna read this whatsoever. Okay. Second, so how to do market research. So when it comes to copywriting, as you may know or may not know, one of the most important thing potentially is understand your customer, their pain points, motivations, what they want out of your product, what they're looking for, the competitors that researched in the past, etc. And one of the best ways to do that is using the Facebook Ads library. So you go to the Facebook Ads library, and then you go to a competitor brand. So let's say, I don't know, let's do I mean, depends on where you're at, but let's say we want to do the United States, and then we want to do all ads, and then let's do, I mean, I don't know, we'll have a search before. Let's do Gymshark, you know what I mean? So that's going to allow you to see exactly, especially for the older ads that have been running for a while. If you scroll down, you see the older ads. If you see a brand, an ad that's been running for, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks, it means it is working for them. So you can copy exactly what the angle is, what the language is, what the offer is, etc. And then model after that. That's essentially why the Facebook Ads library is so important, right? So let's say, for example, I don't know, I mean, this has been running for 6-7 months pretty much.
This is actually your life in 2024.
Gymshark 66.
And this is gonna be 3 habits type thing. So essentially you can copy this for your brand, etc. So you get the point. I mean, the ads library is extremely powerful. You just get some data of your competitors and see exactly what is working for them when it comes to acquisition. So when it comes to ads, and then you can, of course, like retention is slightly different, but you can model after those specific angles and ideas, right? So that's one. Of course, subscribe to your competitors' email newsletters as well and see exactly what they're doing, what is working for them, etc., etc. Next, we've got reviews, your reviews. So from Shopify, your product pages, and also Amazon. If you have Amazon, you can just see exactly what people are talking about when it comes to your products, etc. See if you can handle those objections right off the bat with your emails. See if you can use testimony. You can use a testimony compilation with some of course, positive testimonials, going over tackling some objections up front as well. And then overall understanding your customers, what they're looking for, what they like about your product, what they don't like as well. And then you get an idea of what to talk about in your copy as well. This is extremely powerful. This is words straight from your customers, so you know exactly what they're thinking, what they want, what they don't want as well, okay? And then we've got, of course, competitor reviews. Same thing from Shopify and Amazon. See what the competitors, see what their customers like and don't like about their products, etc., etc. What specific pain points and or goals, motivations to tap into in your copy as well. And then we've got, of course, Quora and Reddit as well. Same process, type in your kind of the solutions your products offer and see exactly what people are talking about when it comes to that. See again the pain points, motivations, etc. This is one of the most important aspects of copywriting. Is again understand your target audience, see what they want, understand what they want, what they don't want, their goals, their motivations, what they're looking to get from a product, the desired state, the desired results, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense. I can actually make a live video going over how to do marketing research and actually doing it for a specific brand. So let me know if you'd be interested in that as well. Okay. Next, we've got the rule of one. So this is gonna, honestly, this is gonna change the game for your copy when it comes to email marketing. The rule of one is the following. You only need, every single email should only focus on one angle, one offer, one idea, one takeaway. Don't have many offers, don't have more than 2 angles, don't have more than 2 offers, don't have more than 2 ideas, 2 takeaways in one single email, because again, people get confused very easily. They have the golden fish brain, they cannot focus. So if you give them multiple offers, etc., multiple elements, they're gonna bail, essentially. They're gonna close your email, and that's pretty much it. So here we've got some examples that actually focus on one single idea, and that's pretty much it. Very straightforward emails, and this is exactly what works. Okay, so here for this email, we've got the 40% off last chance at EBM. That's all the email. A countdown timer right here, and that's the email. Here we've got a Prime Day thing as well offer. Get a free 461 rollerball when you buy the 300 milliliter bundle. This is the perfect time to expand your fragrance wardrobe and stock up on summer scents, and then the offer they have right here. And so that's one offer, and that's pretty much it. That's the email. Very straightforward. Again, this is gonna convert extremely well. And then here we've got going, nearly gone, don't press news on these flavors. So went over the flavors that are essentially almost gone, and that's pretty much it for this video. And that's it. So this is the email. One idea, one offer, one takeaway. So again, don't have multiple things inside one email, like 2 offers or 2 ideas just going over, or 2 educational pieces inside one email. Just go over one. Again, people don't read. So make sure you maximize your email opens, so you maximize your conversions as well. Okay. So rule of one angle, one offer, one idea, one takeaway. Okay. Next, how to write subject line and preview text that actually convert. So only a very small portion of your list actually reads anything past the hero image, and this is something I mentioned before. And this is so true. When I say a small portion, I actually mean like 5%, only 5 to 10% of your traffic will actually go through the entire email, or at least past the hero image. Okay, so keep that in mind. First things first, when it comes to writing very high converting or high opening subject lines and preview text, is get personal. And I'm not just talking about only using their first name. Try using order numbers, item sizing, and last names as well. And this is a pretty cool one as well. Of course, if you have this data, you can use it, and this works extremely well. It's personalized. Next, we've got segmentation. So make sure you're sending emails to an engaged segment. If you're blasting emails to a bunch of uninterested folks who never open them, you're just spinning your wheels. It actually ties back to previous videos about segmentation and making sure you never send to unengaged people, because it doesn't make any sense. You'll be wasting your email sends and just wasting money overall, and just hurting your deliverability as well. Okay. Third, we've got keep it relevant. So as I said, segmentation is the secret sauce. Now make sure the content you send is actually relevant to the segment you're targeting. Sending out of context emails is a surefire way to make sure your audience feel like they're just another number. And again, this just ties back to my previous point about making sure that your emails make sense based on where the customer is in the customer journey, right? If someone already purchased from you, then you shouldn't be sending them like very, emails focus on the unique selling points of your products if they already tried them, okay? For example, and things like this. This applies specifically for flows, but of course it also applies for campaigns as well. Okay, next we've got your subject line is your headline. So your subject line is not a summary of your email's content. Please keep that in mind, okay? And that's a mistake I see way too many marketers making. Your subject line's job is to entice people to open your email. So try to pique their curiosity. Your email sells a click, and the landing page, the product page, does the selling. So don't try to have a summary of your email in your subject line. Your subject line is a headline. The main goal of your subject line is to entice people to open your emails, and that's pretty much it. That's the main goal, okay? Finally, we've got mix it up. try pattern breaking techniques based on what your competitors are doing. So let's say, for example, that capitalization. Let's say, for example, most of your competitors are using lowercase, then use uppercase, right? Use emojis. Play around with the length of your subject lines and prefix. So let's say, for example, again, your competitors are using mostly longer subject lines and prefix, then use shorter ones, like 3 words, 2 words. You know what I mean? So things like that. This is how you actually create subject lines that actually work. Okay? Now, how to write copy for ecom emails. I'm going to be covering the concept of modularity. And then, of course, and these are other points I'm covering as well. So what is modularity? As you may have noticed, when it comes to emails, it's essentially a combination, a compilation of many modules put together. So we've got the banner that usually has the headers, first subheader and CTA. We've got the body copy. We've got sometimes products block, with whether they're dynamic or static images. Sometimes we've got social proofs, testimonials, etc. And then sometimes we've got content timers, offer reminders, guarantees, right? So essentially, think of an email as a compilation of modules put together. That's pretty much it, right? So when it comes to these emails right here, for example, here we've got the hero image, so the banner, right? This section right here. Then the body copy, which in this case is, and this is actually better, is illustration, because illustrations, and this is another point I'm going to be covering, illustrations are better than words, right? So here we've got kind of a illustration right here with the 4 main unique selling points, and then a CTA, and then a offer reminder. Okay, this has like 3 components: banner, body copy, illustration, and then an offer reminder. Here we've got banner, right? And then extremely very short body copy, which actually works extremely well. Again, this is pretty straightforward. So think about emails as modules put together. So when writing an email, think about those modules, and then I'm gonna be covering what to think about when it comes to writing every single module and the main points to focus on when writing those. Okay, so first things first, we've got the banner. So as I mentioned before, the banner usually has a header, first subheader, and the CTA. So of course is the top part of the email, and then of course it does has the hero image as well. So hero image, header, first subheader, and then CTA. For this banner, keep it simple and straightforward. Convey the message as soon as possible, so people should understand the angle of the offer of the email within the first 3 seconds of looking at it. Okay, so make sure this is extremely straightforward. It's extremely easy to read, extremely clear. Next, we've got the body copy. So this should expand on the banner info. If too long, consider a text-based email. Right? Remember, illustrations are better than words. I'm gonna cover that later, but yeah, keep that in mind. Then we've got the products block, whether dynamic, coming from, for example, Klaviyo, or static images. So this is pretty straightforward section. It only needs a title of the product, so a product title, and then a price, which is optional. Next, we've got the social proof. So that could be reviews, testimonials, PR, etc. So this is really important. Use strategic reviews that handle potential objections. And then optional, we've got the content timers, offer reminders, guarantees, which should be pretty simple and straightforward as well. So when it comes to writing copy for ecom emails, so keep the concept of modularity in mind. So that way you don't overcomplicate writing copy for your emails. Again, the copy of your emails should be at most 100 words long. So the copy should be, for design emails, should be at most 100 words long. Okay, I'm going to write these down as well. Email designs should be 100 words max, like 50 to 100. So pretty short and straightforward, to the point. Okay, be concise. So actually it ties back to this right here, and this is really important. Turn features into benefits. So for example, in this email right here, instead of like focusing on the actual features of the product, like ingredients, stuff like that, that people don't really understand, they turn those into benefits, which is why people buy your products, because they want a specific outcome. So that's why you should focus on showcasing what your products actually do instead of like what they have. Okay, and this really applies to copywriting. This is kind of copywriting 101. So keep keep that in mind. Turn your benefits, your features, sorry, into benefits. Really extremely important. Now, another very important point is that illustrations are always better than words on email designs. So charts, infographics, tables, etc. are always better than words. Because people, again, don't read. People just don't read. So it is way easier to consume a chart, infographic, a table than it is to read a block of text. And so that's why illustrations are extremely powerful, and you must utilize them when it comes to your email designs if you want to convert as many people as possible, essentially. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but to be honest, like, people don't read anything. So make sure you make it as simple and easy as possible for them to purchase from you, to understand your product's benefits, etc., by having illustrations, okay? Now, this is essentially how to write great copy for email marketing. If you keep these concepts in mind, then that's exactly all you need when it comes to writing. If you keep these concepts in mind, and then if you avoid these things right here, then you're pretty much set to create amazing emails. And the main thing I can tell you is, again, don't overcomplicate copy for e-commerce email designs, okay? You want to create emails that actually have branding but also sell. And honestly, a combination of both is the best approach when it comes to e-com email designs. And so that's why very straightforward copy is the way to go, okay? Next, we've got, and this is a pretty important one, is copy to design process. So what do I mean by this? When it comes to writing copy for e-commerce email designs, your email designer should turn your copy, your words, into amazing designs that actually follow your vision. We actually use Notion or Google Docs for this. Be as clear as possible with your instructions, but also leave some space to design creativity. So what do I mean by copy to design process? So we create a table like this one, for example, where we have the different elements. I mean, every email is different, so you can just delete some rows depending on the email, etc. Where we actually break down the email into different sections, so modules. So header, subheader, CTA, and then we've got like other elements. If you typically, for example, for a typical e-commerce email, we've got header, subheader, CTA, a body copy, and a second CTA, and that's pretty much it. And so that's exactly how we communicate the copy to the designer. So do something similar. This works extremely well. Again, you want to make sure you have something, a process in place, because turnaround time is, I would say, more important than anything else, to be honest. When it comes to emails, of course, having consistency, a cadence of emails going out every single week, at least a couple of emails, is the backbone. It's one of the most important things when it comes to email revenue and just overall having a great system, email marketing system, retention system overall. So have something like this that you can actually use with your email designer, so you can convey the message and what you want from the email design, okay? Finally, these are the best copywriting formulas for e-commerce email marketing. So if you're facing a creative block and you don't really know what to write, how to write it, these are three very extremely powerful copywriting formulas that are being battle tested by many other copywriters in the e-com space, but also in the direct response space as well, and they work extremely well. So first, we've got the AIDA. So attention, interest, desire, actions. How does this formula work? So first, we catch the attention of the customer. That could be a hook with your copy. So that could be the banner. So the headline should capture the attention. Then interest, that could be the sub headline, where we expand on how you capture the attention a little bit. And then desire, you create a desire on the customer. So by potentially providing a desired outcome and what people will actually get if they try your product, for example, it could be a desire. And just picture a perfect scenario where, again, they have their desired outcome. And then at the end, we've got the action, which is going to be the CTA, right? Next, we've got the PAS, so problem, agitate, solution. So problem is, you call a problem that your audience potentially has. So if you're selling skincare products, that could be, hey, battling acne. Agitate is, you agitate that problem. And so in this specific example of the acne example, you could go over and say, and that could be hurting your confidence, right? And then solution could be, that's where you present your solution. We've got this amazing product for you. Of course, that example sucked, but you get the point, right? Next, we've got the 4 P's, PPPP. So problem, promise, proof, proposal. So problem, again, you call it the problem. Promise is we've got this amazing product that will actually get you this or fix this problem for you. Proof, social proof, testimonials. Proposal, offer, and then call to action. So these formulas work extremely well, especially for ecom email marketing. So give this a try and you tell me if those work for you. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this long video actually brought some value to you and you now know how to write amazing copy for e-commerce email marketing. Again, don't overcomplicate it. As long as your copy is pretty straightforward and readable, schemable, and overall fun fun to read essentially and not dull or boring, then you're pretty much good to go. Many people actually overcomplicate copy for e-commerce, but it just basically sounds smart or something like that. So thanks so much for watching. If you're running an e-commerce brand doing over 100K per month right now and you want an amazing team of email marketing experts to handle your email marketing, anything from sign-up forms, so pop-ups, automations, campaigns, email ideation, email calendars, strategy, offer creation, etc., feel free to reach out to me. You can use my calendar link below in the description box below, and then you can book a time that works for you. You can go over your Klaviyo account, put together a Klaviyo audit, no strings attached whatsoever. If it makes sense for you financially, we can just start working together and creating amazing emails and just scale your e-commerce brand with email marketing. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.